Are you looking for that show about men, for men? Well, watch out for Mandahub Unplugged. Bachelors, married, divorced, searching, in complicated relationships. Everything about men, for men. It's Mandahub Unplugged. Stay tuned.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Hi there, have you heard about Mandahub Unplugged? You better watch it. There's a lot to learn. It's informative, it's revealing, it's very healthy for the mental well-being of every single human being, not just men. Don't miss it. I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie, and I love it.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Do you know encouragement is a two-way sword?
Of course, for both those who are doing very well and those who are not really doing very well, both and everyone needs to be encouraged. In fact, it's a psychological fact and truth that deep-seated in every one of us is that need to be heard and to be loved.
This is one of the most important reasons why Mandahub Unplugged TV show platform is created.
Created to unmute the inner voice of men and to unpack the hidden emotions. Here at Mandahub Unplugged, we educate, we inspire, and we empower men, dads and husbands to become the better and the best versions of themselves.
Do you know of any inspiring story of any male, either dad, either husband, or a man,
that you feel that we should talk with or talk to or interact with and feature on our show? Or you are that man yourself, you've been locked up, bottled up, so much to share, nobody to talk to, and you're struggling. You yearn to be heard, you yearn to talk to someone. We will listen to you.
Unmute that voice and talk to us.
Mandahub Unplugged. We got you.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Hello, my lovely viewers. Today is another wonderful Saturday night. And as usual, I come your way with Mandahub Unplugged TV show, a show dedicated for men, for their mental health, for their well-being. On today's episode, silence they say is golden. Is that really the case? Okay, come with me as I introduce my guest for today's episode. Apostle Theophilus Jeffreys is the lead pastor and founder of Ever Flourishing City Chapel International in Spintex here in Accra. He is the president and founder of Accra College of Professional Coaching and Training Institute, certified life success management, leadership and relationship coach, certified financial intelligence and emotional intelligence coach, and a therapist. He's a transformational marriage counselor. He's no other person than Apostle Theophilus Jeffreys. Apostle,
Hi.
You are always welcome.
You know, you made me remember a man of God was introduced one day to preach in a church. And when they introduced him, he came and said, hey, sometimes the way you are introduced, if you pick the microphone, as if you underperform,
Trouble
for you. Because the introduction alone,
it's a lot.
it's huge and it's very colossal.
So today,
Yeah.
I just want to ask, are men really suffering in loud silence?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I would say a very big yes to that question, because truly, men are actually suffering. I like the addition, loud silence, because how can silence be
Be
loud?
loud. I was about to ask you that.
Yes, so by the time you add the word loud to a silence, that should tell you there's no longer a silence. Just like you are using something, a feeble force.
Okay.
The word feeble is already like a weakling. Feeble can be a force. But by the time they are saying somebody is a feeble force, that alone is suggestive. So when we said loud silence, it means that it's too evident.
Okay.
It's too visible, glaring to the eye. But we've just decided to turn deaf ears or blind eye to it. That's why I think you've added the word loud, because whoever asked the question, loud silence, it means that it is a silence. But this particular silence, it's not muted silence. It's a silence that has a voice.
Okay.
It's a silence that have evidence.
Okay.
But people have just decided to turn deaf ears and then blind eye to it. Because it's, the evidence is everywhere. You go to churches, you go to our homes, you go to our institution. Everywhere you go, you see the evidence of truly men suffering in loud silence. In homes, in marriage, in relationships, everywhere. The evidence are there. And in the face of evidence, all argument comes to an end. So the evidence for men suffering in silence, loud silence, are there. It's clearing. We will give you viewers few examples and then they will understand. In fact, even you listening to us right now, if you are a man or a woman, you can agree to this, that it's actually a silence, but it's loud.
Okay.
And it's loud because the evidence are there, but we decided just to make it muted. Yes, so I will affirm a very big yes to it, that it's true. Men, generally, the male species, not only in Ghana, not only in Africa, but generally, males in particular, they are actually, quite a number of them are suffering in silence.
So, Apostle, how do we save this situation?
You see, 40%, there's a new statistic that says that even 40% of men who are suffering refuse even to talk.
They have refused.
They will not even open up. 40%.
What would be their reason?
Okay, you see, society stigmatizes men being vulnerable.
Okay.
So, during the launch of Mandahub, when I gave the keynote address as the Visionnaire of it, there's an aspect of my speech that I think, let me find it here.
All right.
And just let viewers listen to something, because I mentioned and I asked some few salient, important questions, which are rhetoric to the general question, because somebody has to start sounding the alarm. And Mandahub, I'm happy that Mandahub platform is here to start this conversation, start sounding the alarm, blowing the whistle. Now, so in there, I said that for too long, men have been told to just tough it out. We bottle up our emotions, deal with stress in silence. And you see, World Health Organization has indicated that stress is the leading cause for most mental cases. Most mental stress is the leading cause. And how do you deal with stress in silence?
Imagine.
Stress should not be dealt in silence. Stress is, in fact, when you are overly stressed, it can give you the indication, the symptoms of almost every kind of sickness, almost every kind of disease. Stress is a major killer. But men deal with stress, but in silence. Yeah, because stress itself is unholy, it's unwholesome. Stress itself is detrimental to the biological well-being, to the mental well-being of any individual. In fact, anybody who is even stressed would have irritability, would have anxiety, would have mood swing, would have depression.
All the negative.
In fact, that's what I'm saying. So World Health Organization identifies stress as one of the major causative cause for most mental cases. But men have been told to deal with stress in silence and pretend everything is fine. But is it really? Take a look around. The statistics are alarming. Higher suicide rates, addiction issues. And do you know why the addiction issues, the male species are large there? Because the men don't talk, they don't vent out, they don't speak anywhere. They resort to additives.
Like drinking.
Yes, to just to cool off. So when they are there, they will get addicted. They will drink. I have interviewed a lot of men who drink, and when you interview them, is the stress, the vicissitudes of life, the challenges. So he want to get addicted. So most of the addiction that men even have is because of the stress and the strenuous, herculean issues that they are dealing with or that surround them.
And they've decided to be silent.
They decided to be silent, like I'm saying, because society stigmatizes men opening up. Society doesn't applaud men. Do you even know that it's difficult even to get funding for men mental health issues?
Funding?
Yeah, it's difficult.
Per research?
Yeah, it's per research. It's difficult even to get funding for the mental health if you want to deal with mental men. It's
Why is it
very,
so?
very difficult because we have not amplified the need for it.
I feel, that's my opinion.
Yes.
Maybe because they are men, they've been taught to fend for themselves. So it's always difficult for a man to be vulnerable, to go and ask. So why don't you say that it's time for the men to now open up? Because until you sell your sickness, how do you get the medicine?
Okay.
Men find it difficult to ask.
Okay.
Why is it so?
Okay, so you see, that's the male gender. We have been trained
By
from
who?
infancy.
Okay, so tradition.
Let me
right?
take you to our upbringing.
Okay.
You know, in the African traditional home, or generally, let's say a young boy and a young girl are playing football or are playing some game, and then the girl falls down. What will happen when people are around?
They will be saying sorry.
They rush
help
towards
her.
the girl, pick her up, everything. If a male falls down, what would they say?
Get up.
Oh, get up, boy, get up, get up,
I
get
know,
up. So from infancy, men have been trained to be quiet. Men have been trained to bottle it up. Our upbringing, our environment. And these are things that promote what you call toxic masculinity.
Okay.
So he's a man, but they ask you to behave as if you don't have feelings. You don't have emotion. Men are not emotionless. But society tries to make men behave as if they are emotionless. That is why mental health issues, mental illness is rampant among the males. Because mental illness is in a condition which affects your ability to think, to act, and to feel. According to CDD, the Center for Disease Control, they define that mental health, mental illness is any condition which affects your ability to think well, to feel well, and to act well. And when you check carefully, most men bottle up a lot of stuff. Which I am asking these questions here that it's not helping. So the addiction, the suicide rate is because they will bottle it. And I think that this conversation we are having is laudable, that we should begin to sound the alarm, where we create a space for men to be able to speak out.
Okay.
When you are suffering, what do you do? When somebody is suffering, you seek for help. You look for help. You ask for help. You find help, isn't it? When sometimes once in a while you come on Facebook or social media, you see people come and ask a random question. They say, hey, if you are a guy and you are broke, who do you go to?
Who do you go to?
When a lady is broke, there's somebody she can call. When a lady doesn't have credit, there's somebody who she can call. If she want to, there are some ladies, if you are hungry, all you need to do is make your face. They just look moody and wait for somebody to call you.
And
then ask you, how are you? So I am not fine.
It's no longer the
Yeah,
same.
it's no longer fine. I am not fine. So I have been advising a lot of guys that there are some questions you should not ask some ladies.
Okay.
When you ask them, how are you? Once they say I'm not fine, say I'll call you back. Once you say I am not fine, say I'll call you back. Because you are about to either pay for Indomie, you're about to either pay for dinner, you're about
what
to
is wrong
pay
with somebody pays for Indomie? You are saying
it's fine. It's fine, but do we have the same space for the males?
How do the men ask?
Okay. You see, it takes me back to the bottom. How would men ask? If they ask, society doesn't want men to ask. They say, be the breadwinner, be the provider, you see, let me ask a question. You look at what I wrote here. I say here that, do we really believe that toughing it out is the best approach for men's mental health? Do we recognize the societal pressure and expectation? Societal pressure and expectation can negatively affect men's mental health. Society have an expectation of men. Society is having a particular pressure that we expect you as a man to man up. And if you don't man up, it means you are weak. So the man wants to man up, and biologically, well, it's in our nature as a man to lead, to take the lead. Yeah. But the leader is not supposed to take the load.
You're supposed to lead.
Yes,
but the leader, you're not supposed to take.
You are the leader. Load. You have to take the lead, but you're not supposed to take the load.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Okay. When they say the man is the head of the family, you see on your head, it's 4. You have 5 senses. Yeah. Your eye, your nose, your mouth, your ears. So 4 is already on the head. Yeah. Even scientifically proven, your head is not meant to be carrying load. The head is there for decision making, direction. So the man sees ahead, gives instruction, gives direction, leads, not to carry too much load. Yeah. But men have been trained to carry load. So, and they are breaking under the load. And they won't talk. They'll just disappear. They'll just fizzle out.
So, Apostle, what are the measures there for every man not to carry too much load? That silence is not the best. How do we let them open up? What will be the strategy?
A man should come to a point, there are some load you can't carry.
They should admit that I can't carry this.
And this is what I tell them, that the strength men have is not original. Men are weak inside. Okay. Women are strong inside. So even in the Bible, when the Bible says that the woman is a weaker vessel, the word there is vessel. Women are weaker vessels, stronger content. Okay. Men are stronger vessels, weaker content. Oh, okay. So any man who wants to live long should not struggle, should not strive with a woman, because women are strong. I don't know if you're sure. I take full responsibility about what I'm about to say right now. Okay. Look at Ghana. Our former president, quite a number of them are gone. J.J. Rawlings is gone. Is the wife not around?
Yes. Around.
You see the woman, you see her quite like that, moving around like that. But you see the man, when he's talking, hello, you see Rawlings. Yeah. You know Rawlings will roll. Yeah. You see the pressure. The men are going. Atamis is gone, the wife is around. And Misata is gone, the wife is around. Yeah. The women are stronger inside. So when the man is adding additional struggle, additional fight, you are losing the battle.
Not to say much, but
yes.
Apostle, are you trying to say that the men leaving the women behind is because they are striving with their wives?
No. I'm only thank you for that question. I'm only trying to say that. I'm only trying to say that. So women are stronger eternally. The woman, the female species is eternally fortified, eternally stronger, eternally colossal. What I mean to say is that when the Bible says that I'll give the man a helper, when God is giving you a helper, God will not give you a weak helper. Is stronger. When you are praying for a destiny helper, should you be richer than your destiny helper? Should you be stronger than your destiny helper? So God is giving the man a helper that is stronger. The help God is giving the man is a strong. God took his time to produce the help, package the help. So the woman is strong within. So the things they can take, a man can take. The things they can endure, a man can endure. Yeah. The things they can survive, a man can survive. Yeah. The things women will survive, a man, so they'll go and drink, they'll go and drive. Like, a man cannot just take pain. One of the things a man can take is pain. Men die through pain. Women grow through pain.
Men die through pain.
Yes, women grow through pain. Yes, women grow through pain.
Apostle, I'd like to pause you here. We would like to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. It's getting interesting. Do you know encouragement is a two-way sword?
Of course. For both those who are doing very well and those who are not really doing very well, both and everyone needs to be encouraged. In fact, it's a psychological fact and truth that deep-seated in every one of us is that need to be heard and to be loved.
This is one of the most important reasons why Mandahub Unplugged TV show platform is created
to unmute the inner voice of men and to unpack the emotions. Here at Mandahub Unplugged, we educate, we inspire, and we empower men, dads and husbands to become the better and the best versions of themselves.
Do you know of any inspiring story of any male, either dad, either husband, or a man,
that you feel that we should talk with or talk to or interact with and feature on our show? Or you are that man yourself, you've been locked up, bottled up, so much to share, nobody to talk to, and you're struggling. You yearn to be heard, you yearn to talk to someone. We will listen to you.
Unmute that voice and talk to us.
Mandahub, Unplugged. We got you.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Thanks for staying with us. Apostle, before we went on the break, you made a strong statement that men go through pain, but women grow through pain. Can you break this down? It sounds really interesting.
You see, you must make sure that you are not enduring unnecessary pain. Everybody go through pain. But the woman, pain grows them.
In what sense?
Okay, so from the first point of view, when God cursed the woman, he said, in pain shall you bring forth.
Okay.
So women give birth through pain. They give life through pain. They produce through pain. God they are able to give life through. So when the woman is going through pain, she can still produce. But the man have not been given that capacity to still survive in pain. When the man go through pain, the pain will kill him. So the pain that kills men is the same pain that women survive. Basic issue, even like broken heart. Do you know that broken heart issues, the people that kills people are the men? Oh yes, this is the guy. He can't take broken heart. When you see a man with a broken heart, it's crazy. Women can contain that pain, cry, lock herself. A man can't take it because they have no baby. You see, women are elastic. So when God said, yeah, they can stretch. Women can stretch. They can pull. That it is in their nature. So they like pain. When I said they like pain, that does not mean that they appreciate pain. But when the woman understands this, she will grow through pain. That's why every woman should know that sometimes a pain coming around you is suggested that something new is about to come through you. Because God told the woman that in pain you shall bring forth. So all of us, we came through the womb of a woman, and it was through pain. She has to scream. She has to push. So they have that biological flair already within them. People should understand that even biologically proven, the semen or the chromosome, the S and Y, the male chromosome, it's not even strong. Yes, but the Y chromosome is strong. That's why biologically proven there are more still male born than females. Child killer disease kills more males than females. The statistic goes on. So men should stop. Your work is already tedious. Look at the men. Look at the work men do generally. Mason, bigler, carpenter, driving. You just check on the average generically. You see that even the work for men comes with hard work, stress, tedious, hazardous. That alone. So if the men are not too careful, they would leave the earth before their time.
What's happening.
Yeah, they should stop struggling. They should understand that the strength they have is not lasting.
So how do they balance this?
Yes. So
what's the approach for them?
No, so the man should take care of themselves.
Somebody will tell you, I'm really taking care of myself, but I can't avoid. I can't miss out on stress. Stress will meet me. Even if I pass left, it will meet me. What advice or how do they handle or manage their stress level?
No, you see, we all need some amount of stress. It helps us move on in life. You need some amount of stress. But there's a level of stress that is bad. And the men should know that there's a level of the stress is bad for your health. It's bad for your mental health, which they should be. You see, if a man really wants to take care of himself, he will. We are advising them now. They should stop going all over the place, chasing a lot of stuff. No, they should rest.
Also, there are responsibilities.
No, so the responsibility are there, but even if you go, it will still be there.
So how do they, like, I really need help for my men out there. How do they survive? Because the stress is there, glaring, like right in front of them. What would you advise that they do?
That's what I'm saying, that the stress is there. Your work is already stressful. So don't get involved in things that eat your strength. Let me mention 4 things that men should be careful of. Your time. We call it your team. Don't give your team out. Number 1 is your time, which is T. Number 2, E, which is your energy. Be careful how you release your energy. You understand that one? And then number 3, attention. Be careful how you release your attention, what you give your attention, because whatever you are giving your attention to, you are giving attendance to. And whatever you are giving attendance to is eating from your energy. And then number 4, your money. So we call it team. So now we are, yes, TEAM. So we even advising a lot of the young guys that don't give your team to women. Don't give your time, your energy, your attention, and your money. Because these are the currency you have as a man. Your time, your energy, your attention, and your money. And you should be very frugal and judicial in disseminating, in using it, dispensing it, so that you can survive. But if men don't even learn energy management, they will just waste.
They'll be all over the place.
You just waste this whole stuff. So these are critical things that men should be made aware of. And once you are aware, you won't take off yourself. You take care of yourself. The pain you can't take, you can't take. There are things you have to walk away from. There are places you have to leave. You must leave any place where you are being condemned. 5 atmospheres every man must avoid. The atmosphere of contamination. Any place you go where you are being condemned, they condemn you. Don't go there because to eat your strength. Because criticism kills the inner child in the man. Criticism destroys the strength in the man. Criticism dries the bone in a man. So no man can thrive in an environment of criticism. That's why wives that criticize their husband, you soon realize that the man goes to work, but the home is not a conducive atmosphere because of that critic environment. So the atmosphere of criticism. Number 2, the atmosphere of resentment. Any place you go see you are not wanted here, you are not needed here. They give you attitude. That's why men should stop chasing women who don't give you attention. You call her 2 times. She saw the missed call. She didn't return the call. And she tell you that, oh, I was busy. This generation, women go everywhere with their phones. The phone is in their hands. In the washroom. Even in the bathroom.
Not every woman.
So I'm speaking general term. Today, a lot of women, their phone is always with them. So when a woman says, oh, I was busy. No, men should understand that women are hypergamists. They pick people of equal class or above class. So all young guys who are here to make money, who are building businesses, they shouldn't give their team, their time, their energy, their attention, their money to young girls, because they will just eat it up and finish it.
Apostle.
Yes.
This is deep.
No. Have you seen a growing young guy who is doing business, who have a lot of female friends, and does very well? Okay,
so the emphasis is on a lot of female friends.
Yes, a lot. You understand that? Because if you're not too careful, women like to be spent on. They will help you spend the money.
Yeah.
You understand that one? And in this generation where a lot of ladies believe that the only reason why they are broke, the only reason why they are poor is because they are dating a broke man.
Wow.
Yeah, she feels that she's poor because her partner is not the right person. She's not thinking that she's broke because she's not working or she's not whatever. Yeah, a lot of ladies believe that. So they want to change you. They want to find somebody else because she believes she's broke because of the partner or the husband. Hey, hello, sir. A situation that her father could not take her out from, you can take her out from. So a lot of men, young guys, they assume the role of a husband too early in the life of a lot of young ladies. This is where your financial bankruptcy and deficiency will start.
Apostle, take that again. You said most of the young men,
yes,
they are taking the responsibility.
Yeah, they assume the role of a husband too early. See, Joycelyn, you must only be a husband when you are a husband.
Okay.
And you must only be a wife when you are a wife.
Don't assume
this
a
statement
role.
is very serious.
Yeah.
You are only a husband when you are a husband. You must only be a husband when you are a husband. But don't be a husband when you are not a husband.
Wow.
Don't be a wife when you are not a wife. You can only be a husband when you are a husband. So young men should understand this. And I know that what a man misses the most is what attracts him the most. And what attracts the male species the most is the curvy, sexy, captivating, succulent, soothing body of a young lady. So it's there. But that's why a man who learns how to deeply discipline his eyes from pursuing and following the traces of a woman has overcome 50% of his challenges in this life. Because one of the things that takes their strength is women. Men suffer in silence, and I think that they can help themselves by taking care of themselves, understand this basic truth. Because it is true, society doesn't allow men, but men are suffering in silence. And one of the consequences that happens when men are suffering in silence is that it produces broken men.
Broken men.
Yeah, broken men. I wrote a book that I entitled The Poisoner Kills Men.
Okay.
In that book, I spoke about the signs that you can see that a man is broken. Because one of the major consequences of men who suffer in silence, who bottle everything, who don't talk, who get addiction, the final product is that most of them are going to be broken emotionally. And there are signs that you have to notice. And husbands and wives must be able to, wives or sisters or mothers, or you are a lady, you have male friends around you, you must watch these signs.
Okay.
When you see a man displaying some of these signs, they are broken within. And if they are not helped, most of them are going to die. Because from the age of 21 to 45, what kills the males in this bracket the most is suicide. Yeah, suicide is the greatest cause of death between males who are from 21 to 45.
Chapel, so quickly, can we know some of the signs?
All right, so now number one is that he becomes withdrawn and distant.
Okay.
Most time when a man goes quiet, it means he is overwhelmed.
Okay.
He's anxious. He is scared. He's living inside his head. And he's fighting inner voices that are saying to him, either you are a failure, you are not good enough. So a lot of men, they are fighting inside their head. There's a lot of battle going on in their head. They are fighting. A lot of war. Gunshot is going through their head. And they are quiet and they are withdrawn. Yeah. And you see that he's withdrawn, he's quiet. Suddenly he becomes quiet. And he's thinking, there's a lot of voices. You are failure. Look at you. You can't do well. And they're condemning themselves. And you see, it will lead to self-condemnation, self-pity, which is one of the most useless emotions ever. Self-pity. Because when you get to self-pity, nobody commits suicide until they get to self-pity. Where you begin to pity yourself as if, me at all, this life crowd, what is it there for? You look at yourself as if very useless. There's nothing worth you can be. And it's crazy. So people have to watch out for this sign. The second sign is that his sleep pattern will change drastically. Okay. When you see that young man, his sleep pattern changes drastically. He struggles to fall asleep every night because his mind is at war. His mind, and this is even general. Anybody whose mind is at war, you can't sleep. Rest is better when it is the body that is tired, not your soul. If it is your soul that is tired, you can't sleep. Okay. But if it's the body that is tired, you can comfortably sleep and rest. So there are two types of rest. The one that requires peace of mind and the one that requires sleep. Most people don't know this. So a lot of men, there's a war going on inside their head. He can't sleep. He walk out. He's driving out. This is where they will start to drink or get an addiction. They begin to inject themselves. When you notice that the sleep pattern of the man, a male, a brother, has changed drastically, he's at war. Chances are that he is broken. During the day, he's held together by either some addiction, the overwhelming responsibility on his plate, trying to meet expectations. Hey, it's a father, kids, school fees,
the office, the workers.
And the worst part is when you have a broke girlfriend.
A broke
girlfriend. And usually most broke girlfriends, they have the highest taste. And they give them more pressure to a lot of the men and worry them and trouble them, and scream and shout and do many things. But most of them are not even evaluating themselves. Since you met this man, what have you added? We're not even talking about money because Financial stability is one of the least things we should even talk about. Financial stability, emotional stability, psychological stability, spiritual stability. These are all important stuff that men
Apostle,
have
not to cut
watch
you
out for.
short,
Yes.
I think we would have time because these are the things or the 5 points that we need to help men. You
Yeah.
don't have to rush through them.
All right.
So on this note, maybe I would like to take your final word. I will come back and have an episode to continue with this very topic. Men are suffering in loud silence. We'll have a part 2, we'll have a part 3 until we get to the root of this. So what would your last word be?
Well, society should help men. Brothers, sisters, aunties, cousins, whoever you are. One of the things you can do is to lessen your expectation of men. Because one of the greatest suicide notes I have read, I've seen, was from a student who committed suicide and wrote a note to her father. The father put so much expectation on the guy. Expectation. Even in the city in Accra, all the city, people who are in the city, the expectation on people. And if you can't manage it, you just crash under expectation. So young men should manage expectation. And society should lessen expectations that you are having of men.
Thank
It
you.
can make them live longer.
Thank you. Apostle, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having me
viewers,
today.
for staying with us. Let's lessen the expectations. That's what Apostle says. Before I sign off, I'd like to say thank you to Pinnacle Apartment. Thank you to Gingham for my makeup. Thank you, Glamour Concept, for my beautiful hair. See you again next week. I say bye-bye.
Hi there, have you heard about Mandahub Unplugged? You better watch it. There's a lot to learn. It's informative, it's revealing, it's very healthy for the mental well-being of every single human being, not just men. Don't miss it. I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie, and I love it.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Hi, my name is Kafui Day. Are you looking for that show about men, for men? Well, watch out for Mandahub Unplugged. Bachelors, married, divorced, searching in complicated relationships. Everything about men, for men. It's Mandahub Unplugged. Stay tuned.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.
Do you know encouragement is a two-way sword?
Of course, for both those who are doing very well and those who are not really doing very well, both and everyone needs to be encouraged. In fact, it's a psychological fact and truth that deep-seated in every one of us is that need to be heard and to be loved.
This is one of the most important reasons why Mandahub Unplugged TV show platform is created.
Created to unmute the inner voice of men and to unpack the hidden emotions. Here at Mandahub Unplugged, we educate, we inspire, and we empower men, dads and husbands to become the better and the best versions of themselves.
Do you know of any inspiring story of any male, either dad, either husband, or a man,
that you feel that we should talk with or talk to or interact with and feature on our show? Or you are that man yourself, you've been locked up, bottled up, so much to share, nobody to talk to, and you're struggling. You yearn to be heard, you yearn to talk to someone. We will listen to you.
unmute that voice and talk to us.
Mandahub Unplugged. We got you.
Mandahub Unplugged means life matters.